Australia is often described as an expansive land with a sparsely populated landscape, with about 95% of its territory remaining uninhabited. Australia is often described as an expansive land with a sparsely. This intriguing phenomenon can be attributed to a combination of historical events and geographical challenges. Let's explore these factors to understand why such a vast region of Australia remains empty. The impact of colonization is significant in explaining the demographic makeup of Australia today. When the British colonized Australia, they brought not only new cultures, but also diseases that devastated the indigenous populations. Diseases like smallpox spread rapidly among Indigenous Australians, who had no immunity. The consequences were catastrophic, as entire communities were decimated, leading to a drastic decline in the Indigenous population. By the early 1900s, estimates point to a dramatic reduction from millions to just tens of thousands. Unfortunately, these struggles continued through forced labor and participation in global conflicts such as world wars, which further reduced their numbers. To understand the present, we must also consider Australia's challenging geography and climate. The continent is notorious for its harsh conditions, comprising vast deserts, erratic weather patterns, and limited arable land. Approximately 70% of Australia is classified as desert, a daunting statistic that prohibits large-scale farming and settlement. The southern regions experience cold climates and sporadic rainfall, while the central lowlands are dominated by saline soils, making agricultural endeavours nearly impossible. These natural barriers have led to a concentration of the population in a few urban areas, particularly along the eastern coastline. Consequently, Australia's remaining population is heavily urbanized, with cities like Sydney and Melbourne serving as hubs for the majority of the inhabitants. While the country's total population stands at around 26 million people, only about 1 million are Indigenous Australians. This stark contrast highlights the socio-political dynamics that have persisted over centuries, as policies like the White Australia policy further marginalised non-white populations, effectively preventing demographic growth within Indigenous communities. In summary, the modern landscape of Australia reflects a complex interplay between its colonial history and environmental conditions. While colonisation had devastating effects on the Indigenous populations, the geographical challenges presented by the land have resulted in a dense urban population amidst a largely empty territory. Consequently, the vast majority of Australia's land remains uninhabited, a testament to the country's rich yet turbulent history and its natural limitations. Understanding these elements provides crucial insight into why Australia's remarkable landscapes remain so sparsely occupied today.